Welcome to the Stealthy Crafter. I'm Jessica, and today we will be doing a Wip Chat. If you're new here and you don't know what WIP stands for, it stands for Work in Progress. And what that means is that you can bring out your own WIPs or other projects or whatever you would like to work on. Or you could do other things like just sit around on the couch and you listen to me ramble about what's been going on in my week. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I am working on Panda Cafe from Art by Julia. I've been kind of going on this slower now, even though it's like the first 2 rows went extremely quick. I kind of started slowing down a little bit on this last row, and it's nothing about the canvas itself. I started a new WIP. And it's still not a older diamond painting, but I was really wanting to do a square canvas. I prefer squares, even though I do not mind the rounds of this diamond painting at all. I really like these rounds. I was just really wanting to work on a square, and I just got tempted to try. I said I wanted to try out one of the newer companies that I bought. So from Diamond Artisan Shop, I bought a few canvases from them, but I have never tried any of their tried anything. So I kitted up the mystery one that they had from Laura Paltrow. So I didn't even bother doing a normal one, just went straight into a mystery instead. And that's actually been pretty fun. I'm almost done with an entire row of it to now, and there are so many specials. I think there's there's 7 or 8 specials in total with that mystery, and it's a 60 by 60. So you'll see it at the end of this month, but I really like it. It's a lot of purples and pinks and stuff like that. So definitely up my favorite colors and up my alley of all of that. But the second section that I went in, and I feel like this isn't spoiling too much, but basically the second section I went in, and it was just OMG. It was just so many specials, so many, and just jam-packed in there. It does have ABs, so I will say that. So I was I was struggling a little bit with the putty that I had. I changed out the putty, and we're smooth sailing again. So I just went back to Rando's putty on that. So I was like, okay, I'll just have to use certain different types of putty for that. So that's all, because I was just trying out some of the softer putty that I've had in my stash that I don't normally kind of use until it's wintertime, and it's been cold. We got into another cold spurt. It's been it hit the 20s both mornings. It's starting to warm up. It's going to be like 50s or something, but man, it's going outside when it's 20 degrees is not fun. And this is going to come out a little bit later again because I had a doctor's appointment yesterday. And I just was so tired when I came back home from my doctor's appointment. I just did not feel like doing a Wip Chat at all. So it is going to be a little bit later. I'm hoping I will have it up on the same day, but it is definitely going to be a later one instead. So I was just trying to recruit from all that. Plus, I'm trying to get myself ready for this week. This week is definitely going to be a doozy of a week for me. Definitely a lot of stuff going on. Different from last week. Last week was... it was definitely a welcome back to school kind of week. The kids were dragging a lot. They were dragging a lot. But yeah, it was a week of getting back into schedule, and it was just so funny because one of my kids, my son Michael, he is definitely the kid who will get up early in the morning, no matter if you're awake, basically even when there's no school, he's downstairs at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, ready to go. And then like at the last week of before school started, he started coming downstairs later, like, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. I think one time no one came downstairs until 10 o'clock, which is so weird, but it was kind of nice. But yeah, he had a hard time transitioning back to school. Like, he did not want to go back to school. He wanted to sleep in, and he loves school, but he wanted to sleep in. And then like this weekend, he slept in a little bit, not too long though, because he was starting to get back to that school schedule, but he did still sleep in a little bit, so it was kind of nice. But yeah, so I guess before we start getting into some of some of the talk, like this weekend was like a little bit on the more busy side, and I definitely had a lot of new things to try out this weekend, which I can't wait to tell you about. But yeah, like did anyone buy anything from Diamond Art Club this past weekend? I'm pretty sure you guys, that I could not resist a Chrysabug that came out. But to be fair, I used my points, so I did conserve money on that. I did also get the Margaret Morales that came out. I was going to get the one that came that restocked the Lumia, and I decided to wait because I wanted to combine it with my Chrysabug order instead. I didn't want to like make two orders. And I told Tiffany to wait as well until she saw it go into like low stock with Aquamarine Fairy. And I just felt so bad because it when she noticed that it was starting to get low, she went to go buy it and it was already back out of stock. And I was just like, ugh. That one was on me. Ugh. And then of course, like, I was looking at Lumia and I was like, okay, she's still doing good. She's still doing good. I walked away for, I don't know, not very long, but just long enough for it to get out of stock. And I'm like, dang it. But they'll get restocked. Cross your fingers. It just wasn't meant to be. But I did get the I did get the new Margaret Morales that came out this weekend, but I used up all my points, so I am officially have no points. So hopefully none of my must-haves will come out this week. Knock on wood. Well, over here, knock on wood. Not on my light pad, but yeah, my table is actually wood, so I can do that. Yes, knock on wood. There we go. But yeah, I was just like, dang it. But my mystery box did come in, and I'm back to being disappointed. I did not record that unboxing at all. I just saw what was already available, and I was just like, I don't know if I really want to unbox that. So I did it off camera instead, and I was happy about one thing, and that one wasn't the exclusive part of the unboxing. It was like the kind of basically extra kits that they have that's in stock kind of thing, like something that's in stock from the that they have on hand and stuff. So I was very pleasantly surprised. It was something that I had put on my wish list because my sister and then took off my wish list because my sister said she was going to buy it. Turns out she didn't buy it, so I put it back on my wish list, and now it's back off my wish list. So I don't have to worry about buying that one, which is amazing because that one was one of my more expensive diamond paintings that was on my wish list. So I am very pleased about that. And I already have one of my friends offering to buy at least one of the diamond paintings, so I could recoup some of that cost. But I told her, since we basically don't worry about it until we see each other at the retreat, and then she can pay me then, because I just don't feel like I don't feel right taking money until like we actually exchange it. And plus it's cheaper than sending it through shipping and all that stuff. So it's like I can take it with me to the retreat. And speaking of retreats, there's one coming up soon for me. Not the one that I'm going to be seeing all my friends on Discord, but I have one that's like close by here. And it's coming in a couple of months, and I'm like really excited, but also really kind of nervous and dreading it, I guess, in a way, because it's a smaller one. It's not going to be a lot of people. It's a smaller gathering for sure. I'll only know about one of these people, and she's coming up to the retreat as well. So that's kind of exciting. And I was like, okay, awesome, yay! At least I know one person out of this. But I did kind of joke with my husband. It's just like, if the beds here suck, I'm calling you and you're going to pick me up. It's just like, it's kind of funny. It's just because I spent money there, but it's just like, we're close enough where he could pick me up for tonight. It's just like, I will be calling you to take me home for tonight instead. Because, well, it'll be during like when the kids are still in school and stuff, so I don't feel comfortable entirely of I don't feel comfortable like being able to take the car and everything, so I can't do that just yet. So it's just like, okay, he'll have to take me back and forth if that's the case. I don't think that's going to be the case, but just in case, regardless. But yeah, it was just like one of those things like, oh gosh, that's coming close now. That's getting closer, so I gotta prep for that. Especially since they just sent out like those like Secret Santa assignments and stuff like that. I gotten my assignment, and now like I have to start kind of go around and shop around and get the gift bags all nice and ready to go. So just hopefully I'll do a good job picking out the right gifts. My husband says I do a good job with gift shopping, and I try to be like, I really do try to pick out what's good for each person. The problem is like I have to really know the person and not just like, oh yeah, they're my, I know them enough, but it's just like, but if I don't only get like such a small little note sheet about a person's likes, dislikes, and that's it, it's kind of hard to try to do a gift for them if I don't know them that well. So and it is windy outside, goodness. So yeah, it's just little things like that. It's like, oh gosh, I hope I do a good job picking out this gift. My husband's like, you'll be fine. But then the anxiety part of me is like worrying about it. And it's just like, okay, I have only a few months to go. But at the same time, I want all the preparation too. It's just like, I'm just so nervous about that. So, but yeah, I already picked out one thing, and I'm going to get one other thing too, and then maybe like some smaller things, because we only have like, it's a small spending budget that we have, so I don't have to go crazy, but at the same time, it's just like, I want to make it look nice. But, I already picked out some of the gift wrap that I am going to use for it and everything. It's going to be hopefully be pretty enough. So part of me actually kind of wants to have my husband do the gift wrapping, because I do too nice of a job of gift wrapping that people kind of know that's my gift kind of thing. But but at the same time, it's just, this person doesn't know me. She won't know if that's if that I gift that or not. So because I'm not going to have my name on it. But yeah. Let's see, we're going to go with this color. But yeah, this was a week of trying out new stuff and things. Like my daughter, she plays clarinet. My oldest, she plays clarinet in band. She is sadly most likely not going to be in band next year with some of her studies. She's focusing to kind of change things around, and as sad as I am, I kind of get it, but she plays clarinet, and she also has been playing bassoon. Her school has lent her a bassoon to practice for, and she has been practicing for region band in our area. Like there's auditions for region band, and she has been practicing on and off for the last few months. And last week they had region band practice after school for the entire week. So I had to we had to pick her up later every day this week. And every day when we get her, she has always asked me, can we go to such and such place? And this place is basically the local coffee shop that has just opened up in our area. She is obsessed about going to this place, like obsessed. And every time I just say no because I'm a nervous wreck, because I do not want to drive someplace, even though it's still in our town, it's still new. It's still new to me. It's not from my usual route. I'm still like, and I want to, but at the same time I'm scared. Well, she was having a pretty cruddy day, one of the days, and I figured next day I'm taking her out. So I make a plan. I slowly, I'm hyping myself up. I'm asking my husband what he wants to drink. I'm getting myself all prepped because I'm like, okay, we can do this. We can do this. And I pick her up. And the thing I noticed, like when I get to the school, so you think that the school would not be, like when I go to pick her up for, when she was doing her track for Heart and Soul, when she was like doing her running, there wasn't as many people there to pick up. But now that she's doing this region bands practice, there were so many people, like just all in line waiting to pick their kids up. And it wasn't just region band. According to my daughter, there was like the robotics team and the gymnastics team and the cheerleading squad. They were all, being picked up at the same time. So it was still like, it still felt like we were getting ready to pick her up during normal school time with how long the car line was. But yeah, she gets in the car. I don't normally pull off like I like I normally do. I don't just start, taking off and driving and telling her, go ahead and buckle your seatbelt, all that stuff. Instead, I hand her my phone and she's like, what's this? I'm like, pick your drink. And she was so surprised that I was going to take her out to this place. I'm like, go ahead and pick your drink. Tell me what you want. And we're going to order it and we're going to go pick it up. And it's going to be like a little tiny treat for us. So she was excited. But I decided to stay in the car line because I wasn't going to just first start driving until I'm still new, so I don't feel comfortable. Plus, you're not allowed to, drive it while messing around with a phone at the same time. So I'm like, I'm still parked. But like every time when a car moves ahead, I do, I get myself out of park and I move up while, waiting for her to make her decision. And then she finally does. And then at that point I can like move. So, but someone apparently did not like the fact that I had a kid in my car. And it doesn't matter, like, what if I had another kid to be, picking up? Because that can happen and probably will happen next year when my twins go to middle school. And they'll probably be doing their own activities because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to wait for 2 separate kids next year on things. He wanted me to just pull out of the line. I was like, I'm not pulling out of the line, but I am pulling up ahead, and it doesn't matter because he's still edging up ahead and everything. So he can, he's still waiting for his kid and stuff like that. I'm like, we are literally at the school. So it's just like, you have, your kids still can come in and whatnot. So, but whatever. Because there's people moving all over the place at this point because everyone's like getting out, and I don't feel comfortable when everyone starts getting out because that means that it's just a lot of traffic. So I usually kind of stay back anyway, while making sure that I'm not in people's way, to just go ahead. That's why I stay in the line instead, like that's right by the school, because you have to pull out to for that. But anyway, trying to explain it was like I wasn't like blocking anyone. There was like it's 2 lanes. One lane stays parked, the other lane doesn't. That kind of thing. You pull out into the unparked lane, but people always go. Start like they get impatient and they pull and do all sorts of crazy maneuvers and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyway, but she makes her decision. I put in the order and off we go, because it's literally like on the opposite side of town, so I have to drive one side to the other kind of thing. So hyping myself up. I'm like, I can do this. It's a little bit on the busier part of the road. It's closer to the high school, so it's going to be on the definitely you're going to have to be more aware of my surroundings, all that fun stuff, right? And I was able to do it. I did it. And it's so silly. I know it's so silly because I'm a grown adult. But stuff like this is still new for me, like to with all the driving and stuff. I'm still such a nervous wreck. But it's like I got a treat basically for adulting. But yeah, it's just like, so doing that, we get our stuff. They messed up our order. It's fine. It's not a big deal. Because they switched like the whip foam that's supposed to be on top. And no, this isn't Starbucks. But it's about the same pricing as Starbucks, but it actually, I know this might sound blasphemous for some people, but it actually tastes a lot better. I got like, they're basically what they have their Frappuccino kind of thing, and it tastes so much better in my opinion. but yeah, so they put the foam on my husband's coffee instead of Nicole's coffee, so mixed up. It was fine, not a big deal. I decided I just didn't want any foam at that point. I didn't drink my coffee. Nicole offered to put the straw in my cup so that way I could grab it. I'm like, both of my hands are staying on this wheel the whole way home. And I drove a different way home too, so it was just like a little bit of the back roads. And I knew the way home, but at the same time, I just wanted to make sure I was like, completely focusing. I did not like the fact that there was a car behind me the whole time, like right up against me. And it was so funny, from the coffee place all the way to the shop, it was like 4 people pulled into the same neighborhood, like after me. It was just an entire conga line. I'm like, dang, like I was hoping I would get rid of these people, but nope. But nope, made it home safe and sound. And I know it's, like I said, I know it sounds silly, but I was really happy about the fact that, we were able to do that. And then, she had to prep for herself to go into doing her region band during that time. So basically, yeah, she did not do very well, unfortunately. She was doing her practice and things like that. My husband was the one that took her, so and he took her instead. So I was like, okay, I'll stay home. I'll watch the twins. Things will be fine. And then he texted me saying that she was practicing on her bassoon, not her clarinet, to audition. And during her audition, her reed, it's like a double reed, it split. And it's just like, they did let her go out and get another reed. And we were like, why didn't you tell us you needed new reeds? And she goes, because they're so expensive. I'm like, we don't care. We'll get it for you. But luckily there was a guy like in the practice room that was selling reeds and stuff like that. But it was a little bit more pricier than we wanted. But I guess that's the case, when you're there. But, like I said, we told her we don't care, if as long as to make sure that we are aware that she needs a new reed kind of thing. So hopefully she gets the gist. but yeah, so she just didn't think she got in. She doesn't think she did well at all, especially with the reed splitting during her performance and everything. They did let her do it again. They did let her start over, but yeah, she thinks that counted against her, and I just felt bad for her, and it probably did. She was like very downhearted about it. My husband said he took her to Culver's. I know it's popular around the area, but I have never tried it. And he goes, really? We have never taken you there? I'm like, no. I have been here for what, 19ish years now in this, like, in the Carolinas, and you've never taken me there. He goes, well, we got to rectify that. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever. Yeah, I am sheltered. I am a hobbit. But now I'm like trying to expand myself and stop hiding in the house. But yeah, so like I said, we're trying new things. We're doing new things over this week, and so new stuff, and everything. So I will not be picking restaurant choices, I will say, after this. But I wanted to try pho for the very first time. I've been watching a lot of basically, I don't know if you guys watch Strictly Dumpling and things like that. So I watch a lot of stuff like that. And he usually travels around, like, not just like Asian places, but American and like other countries and stuff like that. Sometimes he'll try like hot pots and other places, but I've noticed sometimes pho, but it's just not him, but other foodie channels that I watch as well. And I've been like really interested in trying pho, especially since someone I know, like Alyssa over at Mink Arts and Crafts, she talks about how much she loves pho and it's her favorite dish of all time. And I was just like, okay, I want to try pho. I really want to try it out. So I looked around that there was like 3 places around, and one of them had a good rating. I'm like, okay, all right. And so I was like, all right, I'm going to try pho. So I actually went and asked Alyssa, I'm like, hey, if I give you this website, do you think you can help me could you recommend some choices for me? And she's like, yeah, sure. So, got her recommendations and everything, and we ordered the place for during the weekend. So I was like, okay, I'll let you know. I'll send you some pictures and everything. And I hate to say it. It's not. I don't think it's the food. I think it's the restaurant. I think I definitely have to try it somewhere else. Overall, it was okay. I will say it was okay. I don't think it was worth the price that we spent for. And reading the reviews now, like, seems to be like the main agreement. Plus, it needed something. The place where we went to, it did have reviews, but like when you started delving deeper into it, it was just like, yeah, like I don't know if it's just because some spots in the area, like if they cater to the taste around or what, but it was just very bland, and it really needed a little extra something. It's just like I just needed a little bit, but it was like on top of that, plus I had my husband go and pick up the food instead because I didn't want to drive out in traffic when it's like evening traffic and it's busy weekend. So he went to do that, but he's like, no, we're not doing that again. Basically, the place was really hard to get in and out of, and then he said, you will not be happy about trying to pull out, because he's like, when to pull out, you're like on a hill, you can't see anything on your left, because there's these tall bushes on your left, and it's just a busy highway spot, and there's no way to get in and out, kind of thing. So it's just like, okay, we'll definitely try another spot, and that's what we're gonna do eventually. But I have definitely have picked 2 bad restaurants in a row, because my husband's like been always like, okay, you picked a restaurant, restaurant, and I've been trying to do that, but this time it's like two restaurants that were both too much money and wasn't worth it. So it's just like, and the first restaurant, I didn't tell you guys this, but it was just like, we got Chicago deep dish pizza, and I was just, because I'm craving Chicago deep dish, and the pizza was okay, but not worth it with the location and the pricing. So it's just like, so it's just like kind of another strike. I mean, the only thing that I did was the hot pot option that was in our area. So that's the only good option that I have picked recently so far. So I told him the ball is in his court, and he goes, do you want me to pick, find another faux spot, or do you want me to just pick something else entirely different? I'm like, that is up to you. I'm like, I will want to try faux again, just not from that place. There's 2 other places that's nearby that we can try for sure. Hopefully they will be in better location spots. So, we'll see. And then, like, when we went to go to my doctor's appointment tomorrow, so, not tomorrow, but yesterday when we went to my doctor's appointment, I wanted to get to this place that we normally get balmy sandwiches from, because I love balmy. But the place is closed on Mondays, so we couldn't even go there. I'm like, dang it, that would help with the whole thing. But yeah, it's just, overall, I was just a little disappointed, but it was still, like, the noodles, like the rice noodles was pretty good, and the bean sprouts were good. It was just bland. That was pretty much it. That's my main complaint, it was just on the blander side. It needed a little extra flavor. So, and they kind of charged you out the nose for a lot of stuff. Everything was just like really like high priced for some of the stuff, but thankfully the kids did like the ramen, so I will be happy about that they enjoyed that. All right, let me see what color I want to do next. We're gonna go with this one. So some of the things I also did over the weekend too was so not only did I start a whip, kind of going back to the diamond painting bit for just a little bit. I'm kind of all over the place. But let's see. Not only did I start a new whip, I finished the Flossy Fox Shop stitch along. So I finished that. It came out on the 10th, and I actually was. I kept messing it up. So, like, while my husband was with Nicole and I was at home watching the twins, they stayed well behaved for the most part. But I was just, I don't know, it's just like my brain wasn't in it, like, but I wasn't focusing, and I kept messing up the last part so much. So I was like, and I know most people, they go and see that they messed up and just go, I'll just fix it. Not me. I was like, oh, I miscounted. So let's start picking off the drills. So I start grabbing my tweezers, and I'm picking them off, because it's just like I'm working on the main dragon, and it's just like two shades that are close together. So I'm picking them off and putting them to the side in groups of like which shade is which, and then I'm putting them back in its spot. But I miscounted again. It was like I went too far to the right and too far up for the first time, and then I think I had it correct, like in a spot, but I went too far up again. So it was like, so it was just like, okay, so I picked it off twice. It's now where it needs to be. It's now perfect. So, but it took a little bit longer to get through all of that. And I was just like, I was a little grumpy at myself for messing it up a bit. So, but it's now correct. And it's done, and I'm really happy about that, and I can't wait to show you guys. I was just like, it's my first official finish. Technically, this is my first finish, but this is just a teeny tiny thing. But yeah, my first full-on finish for the year is now done, and I'm happy. And now I'm going to try and make this one my second finish of the year or slash month. Maybe I can try if I actually diamond paint a little faster, but I do want to work on the mystery some more. I'm really enjoying working on that, but maybe I should go row by row or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. It'll be on a however I feel case basis. So, but I do want to get done with this. It's so cute. But at the same time, my daughter might try and claim it once I'm done. Hold on. Okay. So, I felt a sneeze coming on, and I was able to stop myself in time so I could stop the camera. But yeah, goodness. So, got one thing done, and I'm excited about that. I do have a not diamond. I am going to be doing I got a video ready for you guys. I gotta edit and stuff like that, but I have an unboxing. Like, I unboxed like almost my entire stash of last year for treasure quest cards, like to collect, and you'll find out if I have enough to do like a kind of like you'll find out if I have enough to do like a custom or not. I'm not giving you guys spoilers or no. but yeah, I'm planning on releasing that later on this week. I just got to finish editing it, but and that's going to take a lot of work. Yay. Well, maybe not. Maybe I can just, like, there you get to see my messy room and all. But yeah, just that was a lot of work. I had a garbage bag to throw away all the plastic garbage that I had. but yeah, gotta get that through, and then gotta start working on a couple of things. I was going to do an unboxing, but I kind of decided against it. I'm thinking I might do something similar to what Alyssa does, which is she shows you guys all of her diamond paintings at the end of the month. I don't think I'm going to do exactly like that, but to keep me honest about my treasure quest cards, well, not, and I don't mean like keep me honest, but basically to help me be on top of it. I'm going to be opening them all up at the, I guess I'll open them all up, like everything I purchased for the month. So, but it will, like, but it's only going to be just Diamond Art Club stuff. I won't be like showing everything like that. But speaking of things to open and things and stuff, have you seen like the stuff that Diamond Delights have posted on her Instagram? She posted something new, and I must have it when it gets released. I need so bad. And usually that doesn't count on my things to buy and stuff like that, since they're so small and cheap anyway. So but it feels so cute, and I want to work on that. Maybe I can get myself another cover reminder if that's the case. We'll see. I'm trying to still be good with money. I'm trying to not go crazy, which is why I was like, I'm using all my points when I bought Chrysabug and the Margaret Morales. I did get my other Chrysabug in the same day I got my mystery box. So yeah, and I feel kind of better about it now that my friend has, like I said, agreed to buy one of the things. So I only have to, try and sell the other one, and that's pretty much it. But I am kind of thinking, like, some of the other ones from, like, a previous mystery box that I was disappointed in slightly, I'm going to take that with me to the retreat and see if I can sell it. So, and if not there, I'll wait till July and try and sell it then. And then I will try and sell it just out to the general public, because I'm trying not to go through shipping at this point. It's just so much of a hassle. Plus, I don't have really many boxes. We try and like to flatten our boxes, and we'll like throw them into the recycling almost weekly or every other week now. So it's like trying to dig out the right size box is just so much work. And then one of the other stuff, I started a new game of Baldur's Gate again, like, so another Baldur's Gate 3. I started that all over again. So like I'm playing with a new game with my husband, but I am finally now doing a game by myself, and I'm just like, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this solo instead of having my husband like kind of basically hold me by the hand for everything. So we're gonna try this all by myself and see like what trouble I can get myself into. I kind of joked around. He goes, "What are you gonna do this time?" I'm like, well, this time, because now I know how the game plays. I'm like, this time I'm going to go full on goody two shoes with this girl, like, because she's like she's a high elf. I'm like, I wish like there was like some options, like, because I want to make her very naive, very bubbly. I wish I could do that, but compared to my other character that I have with him, who's a drow, she's not necessarily evil all the way. She's just choices that 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 suits her. She still helps people and things like that. She's still very helpful. And she's not really part of the drow life and everything, but she's just like, you know, she's helpful, but in her own way. She does make some choices that aren't the best and makes me cringe, like, because I'm like, I don't really want to choose this, but I'm wanting to get different dialogue options now. So, and plus I want Astarion to like me. So I'm trying to do that, and he does. I was like, I finally got one of the romance seeds. I'm like, yes. So did that while I was grouping with my husband. So, you know, we're playing slowly together again whenever he's up to playing with me and stuff like that. So, but I just wanted to play my own game, so it's just like, okay, we're gonna do that. So yeah, started another one. I am not going to be like my husband, though. He is a serial starter. He'll start over and over. But now, lately, he's been focusing on, like, when he plays by himself, he's been doing honor mode runs. So I'm like, hats off to you. I'm not about that life right now. I am not about doing an honor mode run. So, but yeah, just things like that. But yeah, let's see what else has been happening. Nothing new with the kids overall. Just like the kids are doing pretty well, and that's the doorbell. So I am going to stop for a minute. Don't you guys love solicitors? I know I do. If you guys can't tell, that's a little sarcastic, just a little bit. But I honestly do not know where I left off. So I'm going to probably wrap this up, to be honest, especially since I am, like, it's been a quick minute. And now I have, like, cats kind of surrounding me, and I know it's like they're in their energetic mode, so they're gonna probably make a lot of racket. They probably are. And they're gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, speaking, you don't want my chocolate. I have some Reese's Pieces right here. And yeah, we got Rigel right here. Rigel, you're gonna put your paw over here? Nope. Okay. I moved the candy away, and he's like, nah, I'm done with you. They were both curious about who was at our doorstep, and they were like trying to see what was going on. But no. But now I have like a Nova staring at me wanting food, even though there's food behind me in her food bowl. But no, we're gonna have to have more food. You know, you guys with pets know how it is. They've been very cute. We got air tags on, well, not air tags, we got like the Life 360 tags on them now, so they have little cat collars and everything, especially since Rigel, I can't trust Rigel he's always trying to escape through the door. Like, he's desperate to leave the house. Like, he wants to explore the great unknown, but he doesn't know that the great unknown is not safe for him. Nova's a little bit more, I can stay inside, but we decided just to get her, you know, the air tag on her collar just in case. It looks a little bit more funny on her. Like, I keep worrying it's choking her, but there's like enough room underneath, between her neck and her collar. Like, I just keep adjusting her collar because it always slides like right in the front of her neck, and I fix it so it's on the back of her neck, so it's not bothering her as much. And I took the bows off too because they were cute, but I felt like it was just too much on their collars. Rigel, on the other hand, he seems to be kind of fine with his collar so far. I'm pretty amazed. But and they're both microchips, so, but it's just an extra precaution because, you know, just because they're microchip can't track them easily. So this way we have their location a bit. But yeah, just kitties are crazy. Aren't you? Yeah, and they've been bundling together. They do not like the cold at all. They've been like a little bit more sluggish, so like now that the sun has started peeking through, They're like a bit more awake, they're a bit more perky, and they're like, okay, it's time to chase each other. And it was funny because Nova likes to sleep so much. She is like a constant, just like, let me just sleep, let me eat. That's my life. It's kind of like a lot to get her to try and move around. She's gotten a little chunky. I'm like, you need to stop stealing your brother's food. But so it's just like gotta watch her whenever she goes eat, because it's just like, you can't take your brother's food. You can't. But yeah, we got new treats for them to try too. We got tuna and cranberry treats. I hope you. Oh, they like that. Their ears perked up. Do you want some tweets? I guess I should probably go and get them some treats before there's a mutiny now. But anyway, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Alright guys, who wants some tweets? You want some treats? There you go, Nova. Okay, you get one right here. Okay, hold on. Rigel, here, you get one right there. Oh, I think you guys like it. There's one for you, Rigel. And then there's one for you, Nova. Okay, and then last one. Okay, last one. One more for you. Oh, and then one for you. Oh, I think you guys like your tweets. I think you guys like them.